Hey guys, welcome to the Wave Crypto Club. We talk about all things crypto. Today I'll be talking about a very interesting game which is at the top of the charts in terms of number of users. You can see that on your screen. If you go down to DApp radar, you will see that Alien Worlds is right at the top of the screen with over 200,000 users per day. That's insane. Even now, with the crypto markets being down, this particular token is over 200,000, has over 200,000 users per day, and this token is 99% down from its all-time high. Is this a great bet for you to get into right now? Watch the video to find out. Where does the storyline really start? So Alien Worlds is a crypto game. The storyline goes that there are some Earth's inhabitants who have discovered a way to escape pandemics on the Earth. This is set in 2055. They find a wormhole and they move out of this. There is a federation of Bitcoin miners, so to say, who found this pattern where an alien is sending them the location of this wormhole, and then they move across and they go to this other, the other part of the universe where they find 6 different planets. And Trillium is the resource which is proven to be limited, which is mined, in the game. That's the objective of the game. Lastly, so what's really happening here? The game basics are very simple. So it's an NFT metaverse. You get there are different in-game items which are obviously NFTs. Players can be part of any one of those 6 planets. They can stake their Trillium to vote in the planetary elections. They can be a counselor for the planetary elections. Each planet has its own ecosystem of sorts, right? They can choose to build their own games and whatnot. There's a planet DAO. This is what decides the running of the planet in terms of distribution of planet treasury and so on. There are game cards that you can trade, and there is a cross-chain bridge between BSC, VAX, and Ethereum. This is very important because this particular game's architecture is so unique that it's actually on 3 different games. And when I saw that, I realized that this might be the future for all games. This is how games might just go towards. I'll talk about that in a second. If you go down to NFTs, right, you have all kinds of NFTs, right, from what can be rare, what can be shiny, land, tools, minions, weapons, avatars, and missions. Each of these NFTs today are still in their rudimentary forms, but I think the full potential of this is yet to be unleashed. Trillium is the native token of the game. This is what you are going to mine. This is a play to earn game, so you mine Trillium and you can sell it for USDC, USDT, and take it back in your own currency. That's one way to earn from this particular game. Like we saw on DApp radar, this is the number one in terms of DApp games, the number 2 in terms of all DApps, right? PancakeSwap is the only one that is ahead of this, but just that fact itself shows you how amazing this particular game is in terms of adoption and usage. You can go down to the Binance report. I've linked it in the description. So the Binance report gives you a lot of information about the metrics related to the game in terms of total maximum supply, which happens to be about 10 billion Trillium. When was the initial seed sale happened? Who was the investors, etc., etc. I'll show you a glimpse of that here. So the initial total allocation goes like this, where from seed sale, pre-sale, Binance Launchpad, all that distribution is shown here. But what I found most interesting is this. This is the initial supply, but as supply goes towards the maximum token supply, you'll see that the breakup is sort of like this, where more than 50% will be participation rewards, which means that this is highly decentralized. As you go towards the later parts of the game, as the game matures, as you go towards, I think, 2024, 2025, like 3 to 4 years from now, the game is becoming more and more mature, where it is becoming more and more decentralized, because most of the Trillium will be held by participants because of the participation rewards. So that is what I found most interesting, and this is on a clear path to decentralization. How these tokens will be given out is shown in this particular chart. As you can see, the blue section on the top is the participation rewards, which is increasing as you go. So by September 2024, you can see how much of it is being released. It will be continue to release even after 2025. So Alien Games is very simple, right? You have to go on board, log into your VAX account, and then you'll be able to see one of the 6 different planets. And once you see the planets, you can choose where you want to mine. It's a click-based game. That's what I found really smart about it. They knew that there's a lot of things happening. If you go down to metaverses like Decentraland or Sandbox, you'll see that they hardly have 30 users a day because it's so buggy, right? So Alien Worlds created an Android, a Chrome as well as a iOS-based browser compatibility where you can go down, click on what you want to really mine, and the mining happens. So it's more of strategy today than actual action within the game. But I think that simple aspect of clicking to play a game is what is getting them so many users. It is very frictionless. You don't need any skill sets for this, right? Anyone can do it. All you need is a Wax account which is activated, which means that you'll need a minimum of 5 Wax, and then you'll get a free shovel and all that to start mining the Trillium. So that's where I feel the game is doing really well. That they knew what to really get into in the beginning, and then how to progress. The Planet DAO voting is where the next section is coming, where they have given independence to the planners to create their own games and so on. The architecture, very impressive, because I think this will be the future for all games, right? Where it is based on 3 different blockchains, from Ethereum to Wax to BSC. Right? The Ethereum blockchain contains a smart contract for the TLM token vesting, so that's obviously the most important thing, and hence probably they put it on the Ethereum blockchain, high security, no need for high transaction speeds for this use case. Wax, which is known for large transaction speeds, this is where most of the game actually happens. And then there's a BSC blockchain on which smart contracts for missions, etc. happens. But largely the large part of the game is played on Wax, and this makes complete sense, right? And also it makes sense how they've used the interplanetary file system to store these NFTs. You'll see that many interesting tokens are also coming here, like Graph, for instance. This is another token that's coming into this play. This entire architecture is what I felt is just amazingly thought through. Right? This is probably what many games will copy in the future, because Wax is a blockchain built for games where you need high transaction speeds, low cost. Ethereum is for security, and then there's the BSC blockchain. They have somehow used all this in a very efficient way. And how the game logic works, all that is described. You can check out this link in the description. I've also spoken about Wax earlier. That link is also in the description if you want to check it out. In terms of roadmap, they have completed a number of interesting things, a number of interesting features for the game. In the near term, there are 4 interesting things coming out. Very soon, a fighting game will be released. This, I think, will increase the number of users. And there are future plans in terms of avatars enhancements, quests and immersive experiences. So I think they're moving from that click-based game to something more immersive, something where the skill sets will increase. This is an amazing transition, truly well thought of. If you go down to into the block, you'll see that only about 2% of holders today are making money, because it's more than 99% down. Price correlation with Bitcoin is very less. This is a great metric. Right. Concentration by large holders is about 95%, but this will go down as you transition further. Ratings by one particular rating agency is 32. That's very less because of a few factors like bug bounty acceptance, which is not available, insurance score not available, etc. So this is a little bit concerning, but given that it's a game and not a DeFi token, I'm not too worried about it. Today, Alien Worlds, is sitting on a market cap of about 77 million. It's trading at, somewhere around 2 cents, 2 to 3 cents. Its all-time high was, over a year ago at $7. It's 99% down from there. That makes it an amazing entry point. If it's 99% down, then even if it goes back to its all-time high, you're looking at 100x from where you bought it. So all the information is linked in the description. Do your own research before investing. But hope you like this video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and tell your friends about it. Welcome to the Wave Crypto Club.